It's official like a referee with a whistle, y'all. I finally got the AMEX Gold Card. Let me go ahead and get it out here so you can take a look. So today I'll be breaking down why I got this card, how it's going so far, and what cards I plan on getting in the future as well. Okay, so if that's something that interests you, be sure you stay tuned. Now, for those of you guys who are new to the credit card game, or you're not really understanding what's going on in terms of why I'm getting all these credit cards, the idea is I'm using these credit cards to just pay off my expenses, not necessarily take on extra debt. And I'm finding additional benefits from the cards where it just makes sense for me not to be using debit cards anymore. But the key thing is I do not put any extra debt on these, right? So what I mean by that is I'm not trying to live above my means using credit cards. It's more so just literally shifting where my spending is going from a debit card onto a credit card. So the way I'm currently working is I run all my expenses through credit cards like the AMEX Gold Card, and I immediately pay off the credit cards using my cash from my bank account, okay? Now, the reason why I do this is I've been able to find additional benefit from actually using credit cards. Things like, for example, credit card offers, right? I've been able to meet the minimum required spend on credit cards to be able to get bonus points. Like, for example, this card, after spending $4,000, which I think I need about $500 more, once I spend the $4,000, I'll actually receive 80,000 membership rewards points, which can pretty much give me a free flight. Depending on what I'm doing, it might even be able to give me a couple free flights internationally. So that's the benefit with these cards. There is also other benefits that come with this card as well, right? You know, you're able to get access to certain lounges, not necessarily with this specific card, but with credit cards in general. Some of them will give you access to lounges at the airport, you know, give you access to global entry or pre-check, TSA pre-check, things like that, as well as statement credits, right? You can get access to statement credits for purchases like Hulu, Walmart Plus, just to name a few. Now, I'll touch on an example with the gold card specifically to give you an idea how I was able to justify the card as well. But my main reason for these credit cards is leveraging these cards for points for free flights, right? That is hands down the main reason that I get these cards, is because it allows me to be able to enjoy my flights, right? Because I'm now able to get access to not only free flights, but free business class or first class flights, which means now when I'm going to the airports, I'm usually in airport lounges, you know, being able to access the lounges and being able to just have a overall better experience when it comes to flying. I'll give you an example of how that'll work specifically with this card. I'll touch on it here in a little bit. Now, I do want to mention that I have been able to use my Chase points specifically, right? The Ultimate Rewards points to be able to get a free flight, or essentially a free flight. I was able to fly from Brussels all the way to Lomé, Togo, which is in Western Africa. And this flight only cost me $36, all in business class, y'all. So that's really where I'm seeing the benefit of all this. Now, it was partly from a welcome bonus that I had received on one of my newer Chase cards, as well as just my regular spend that I was starting to put on those cards. So what I actually did was I leveraged one of Chase's travel partners, United Airlines, and I transferred my points over to United Airlines and was able to book a Brussels Airlines flight through them. Okay, and that's what allowed me to be able to book that business class flight. Now, it was really dope. I was able to enjoy a good time at the lounge that they had in the Brussels airport while I was actually at the airport, as well as flying business class down to Lomé. Now, the cool thing was I also even did it on the way up. I was able to go to a lounge in Lomé and be able to fly business class all the way back to Belgium. So that all sounds good, but why did I choose the AMEX Gold Card specifically? The reason being is one of the main things was I actually got me into the Amex ecosystem. Okay, now that allows me to be able to access even more transfer partners. So the thing with Chase was they didn't have access to all the airline partners, right? It wasn't like I could transfer my Chase Ultimate Rewards points to any airline that I wanted to, right? So I decided to start working with Amex as well. That way I would be able to just expand to a few more airline partners just in case, to give me a little more flexibility. Another thing is it also allowed me to diversify my points. I didn't want to keep all my points on one platform just in case something were to happen, right? At any time, Chase could just decide to close down all my accounts, and I didn't want it to be a situation where they decided to close down all my accounts and boom, I literally lost all the hundreds of thousands of points that I had with Chase. So I decided to at least have Amex open just to give me a little more flexibility. On top of that, I'm able to earn even more points because of this Amex Gold card. So let's go ahead and jump into the details. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and hit the elephant in the room. There is a $250 annual fee, right? Tommy, how did you manage to justify spending $250 on a credit card? Now, the way I did it is this, right? There's actually 2 statement credits, kind of how I was touching earlier about how some credit cards can give you statement credits for certain expenses. What I did was I kind of looked at current expenses that I was doing and looked for a credit card that would potentially help, bring down the cost on certain expenses that I might have already been having, right? And so the great thing with the Amex card is they actually have a $120 Uber cash credit and a $120 dining credit. Okay, so in total that makes $240 worth of credits. And the way it works is the Uber cash credit, they pretty much add $10 a month onto my Uber account, so I'm able to order food. Pretty much I was going out to eat either once a week or every other week, and so it kind of fell perfectly in line with these 2 credits. So I will use the Uber app once a month, and then I will go to a certain restaurant like Shake Shack or Cheesecake Factory for my dining credit for the other $10 for the month. So pretty much I'm just diverting about $20 worth of spend onto this card and getting refunded for those expenses. So with those 2 statement credits, that's pretty much knocking off $240, which means I now am paying effectively a $10 annual fee for this card, which to me is a no-brainer when you hear the next 2 points. Now, the other 2 benefits for this card is 1, Forex points at any US supermarket, right? Up to 25,000 per year, okay? And then it's going to get switched down to 1 point per dollar after that. Now, I want to give a shout out to Trucker Tim, who actually left a comment on my previous video where I talked about thinking about getting this card, right? He mentioned, hey, you might want to double check because I'm not sure that it actually lets you use it or gives you the Forex points at Walmart's, right? Because I had mentioned Walmart in the video. Now, Trucker Tim was actually 100% right. They do not give you Forex points at Walmart, but there is a asterisk next to that. You can get the Forex points if you go to a neighborhood Walmart. I think the gist of it is they don't want you to go to super centers or supermarkets, kind of like Walmart or Target, where they sell way more than just groceries, right? Because in that case, I could literally walk into Walmart and order a big screen TV or, order some sort of electronics and be able to run up a check on this card, right? And be able to get those Forex points. They want to make sure that it's strictly going to more so groceries and, food items, essentially. So I've been using this card at my neighborhood Walmart and was able to get the Forex points with no issue. Now, on top of that, you also get Forex points per dollar spent at restaurants as well. This includes takeout and delivery. So that's another win for me as well, because now it allows me to be able to, use this card for regular expenses that I was doing in terms of going out to eat with friends. Sometimes we go out to eat, we might get food, get drinks, things like that. And I can run it all through this card and at least be able to get my Forex points off of it. So really those benefits alone were enough to justify me getting this card. It was a no-brainer at that point, and I think when I break down the math here, you're going to see why it makes even more sense. Now, there's a few different stats that I want you guys to keep in mind, okay? First stat, both of these stats, by the way, come from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. First one is the average U.S. household spends about $411 per month or $4,900 a year on groceries. Now, this stat's a little outdated. It comes from 2020. So of course, nowadays, especially with inflation and everything, it's going to be a lot more. And it could be even increased even more than that if you are a family with a ton of kids. So keep that stat in mind. Also, keep in mind that on average, Americans spend just under $300 a month or $3,500 a year on restaurants. Another stats from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. Now, for my example, I'm going to be using $200 a month because I typically am not going out that much to where I'm spending $300 a month. But I prefer to use, $200. It makes a little more sense in terms of what I'm doing. And that equates to $2,400 a year. Okay, so this is going to be things like me going out to eat and grabbing drinks with friends. So for me, the total came out to about $7,300 that were going to be spent throughout the year. And that gets me at about 29,200 membership rewards points, right? Because of the 4X points. Now, the crazy part is this. I actually went to a website called Award Hacker to see exactly how much it would cost in terms of points for me to get to different locations overseas. And I found out that I would be able to go from Dallas to Cancun. All I needed was an additional 3,800 points. So literally for about 33,000 points, I can go from Dallas to Cancun in business class, round trip. So you know exactly what we're doing this summer, baby. So that should give you a general idea why I think that this card is going to be so beneficial for me in the long run. And more than likely going to be a card that I keep for years and years to come. Now, when it comes to what my next card is going to be, I'm thinking it's either going to be the Chase Ink Business Preferred or it's going to be the AMEX Business Gold. The reason being is I'm planning on focusing on online advertising for my business, and both these cards have amazing offers when it comes to just that. Now, the AMEX Gold is giving 4X points on online advertising. So that means, running Facebook ads, Google ads, Pinterest ads, Snapchat ads, whatever the case may be, as well as the Chase Ink Business Preferred, which is giving the 3X on online advertising as well. So stay tuned. You know that when I get one of those cards, I'll be sure to let you guys know when it happens. Now, speaking of business cards, if you're looking to start a business, check out my video here that I've shot on how you can actually make sure that you properly set up your business. I include some of my top partners to be able to make sure that you're able to get up and running as quickly and efficiently as possible. So be sure you click here to see that video. Anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all taking the time to watch. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you found this information valuable, and throw a like on this video so I know I'm going on the right track. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.